Go. Hi everyone, welcome to the Tonight Show at Home edition. I want to thank Franny and Winnie for doing the music. Thank you guys so much. Gary the dog is here. We're all good. That's perfect. That's perfect. Thank you. That's perfect. Winnie drew this. Thank you very much, Winnie. This is beautiful. We have a great show tonight. We have Trevor Noah is on the show tonight, doing amazing stuff over at The Daily Show. Also, DJ D Nice did a dance party on Instagram that everyone is talking about. So I interview D Nice and find out all the good things he's been up to. But first, let's just start the show with some jokes. Let's go. Hi guys, before we get into our monologue, which is hot off the presses, ow! I want to say thank you so much for watching this show. Thank you, YouTube.com. YouTube has been great airing these shows so many people can see it early. And also, if you go to youtube.com/Fallon Tonight, if you're there right now, or if you're watching this on NBC, who also we thank, next to our link, there's a donate button. That will go to nokidhungry.org. So that's the way you can donate to that, and anything can help. Speaking of helping, I was thinking about this, and if there's any way, your local food pantry, Google where that is. Where's my local food pantry? They all need help. Right now, out where I am, East Hampton Food Pantry is desperate for anything on the shelves. So if you go stocking up, wherever you are, if you just get an extra can of soup and drop it off to what?
Or a case of soup.
Or a case of, yeah, well, if you can get a case of soup. I guess people are buying things by the cases. Go to Costco, get like a pallet of soup, and drop one can off to the, what were you saying, honey? Off to the food pantry. So, but anything you can, really, think about, that'd be great if you could. It's weird times right now. I'm standing in front of an odd tree. I don't even know where I am in the house, but it's there. And I'm not going to talk about it, but I see true colors of people are coming out, and everyone's being very creative now, and it's kind of a heartwarming thing to see. There's also the other side of people too, because I was walking my dog the other day, and with my camera operator, who's my wife, and I don't walk like this. What was I doing? So I was walking normally, and everyone crossing the street because it's socially distancing, which is great. But just because you're doing that doesn't mean you don't have to smile or wave. You could do that. You don't have to not be a person. You can be like, hello, you know, you can do that, can't you? Can you say hello? You can do that? Hey, good to see you. I mean, we're far enough away. We really are. Like, I'd say more than 6 feet, 12 feet. Anyway, I'm really seeing everyone be creative on the internet and everything. And so let's get to some monologue jokes right now. And then after that, by the way, we'll do, we're doing our interviews, but we also have kind of a best of is what we're doing, best of the Tonight Show. This whole week, and as long as we have to do this. So these are clips that make you happy and maybe like just kind of get that balance back in life. So you'll see Bradley Cooper, Emma Stone. What? Yes, it's awesome. All right, here we go. Here he is, Jimmy Fallon. Thank you very much. Welcome to the Tonight Show. Oh, I forgot. My sister gave me a joke. Gloria Fallon, I'll give you props for this. She said, hey guys, a lot of us have entered our second week of quarantine, and hopefully you have enough food, water, and skin left on your hands. From washing.
Good one.
I know. Now here we go. Welcome to Tonight Show, everybody, at home edition. I hope everyone is doing okay. I had a tough weekend. The governor of New York declared me the definition of non-essential. Why you do me like that? Well, it's week 2 of self-quarantine, and we're all feeling cooped up. Today, my Amazon Alexa asked me to give me, asked me to give it some space. Please back 6 feet off me. As if things aren't crazy enough, now the weather is insane as temperatures have dropped in half. It's like the weather caught whatever the stock market has. Honestly, who cares about the weather, right? We're all inside anyway. I was watching the news today and the weather guy turned to the sports guy and was like, why are we even here? Why are we even here? To deafening silence. Listen to this, guys. I saw that Audible is now offering free audiobooks for kids stuck at home. So if Disney Plus didn't hold your kids' attention, I'm sure Ben Stein reading War and Peace will do the trick. I heard that Best Buy announced that they're now offering curbside service with no human contact. When they heard Best Buy's Geek Squad was like, what's human contact? This is cool. One of our guests tonight, DJ D Nice, hosted a social distancing dance party on Instagram Live. That's right, a social distancing dance party, or as it's also known, every middle school dance. I read that since the increase in toilet paper shortages, people have been buying more bidets. Yeah, it can act as a great substitute for toilet paper, and if you're really desperate, a soda stream. I learned about an online toilet paper. I know, it's that funny. I heard about an online toilet paper calculator that tells you how long your supply will last. So if you think you're bored, imagine being the guy who just created an online toilet paper calculator. Yeah, this is crazy. I saw that Germany has now banned gatherings of more than 2 people. Yep, a 2-person gathering, or as it's known in Russia, a 40th high school reunion. With only the ones who make it. Our classmates were the foundation of this school. Literally, they're in the foundation, they're in the cement somewhere. And finally, this is amazing. I read that the movie Pretty Woman hit theaters 30 years ago today. Do you remember that? Not Pretty Woman, I mean going to a movie theater. That's our monologue, everybody. What? Now it's time to do a bit that we normally do on the show where I play a cowboy character who's kind of ignorant and just tells it like it is, and he tells things to go on and get. We're going to use a teleprompter app that I got. I don't know if it's going to work or not, so just bear with us. Here is Go On Get. Hey guys, it's time for Go On Get. This is this Grandpa Javonen's hat?
Dad.
It's your dad's hat.
Mm-hmm.
So this is an actual real cowboy's hat.
Definitely.
And I put my cowboy boots on that I got a couple years ago, and it took me about an hour to put them on. And I think I'm just gonna have to leave them on all week. All right, here we go. That's our teleprompter thing that we're using right now, and we'll see if it works. All right, it's time for go. Oh, here we go. It can be hard to say goodbye, but sometimes you have to. And there are a few things I like to say goodbye to right now. It's time for Go On. It's not working. It's time for Go On. Here we go. It can be hard to say goodbye, but sometimes you have to. And there are a few things I like to say goodbye to right now. It's time for Go On Get. Go on, get. Every single company sending emails about what they're doing to deal with coronavirus. Don't get me wrong, I'm glad that everyone's being careful. At the Sacramento Holiday Inn Express I went to one time on a road trip in 2006, but I didn't need an email telling me that the complimentary mini muffin bar will be closed until further notice. Now go on, get to the spam folder. Go on, get insanely cheap plane tickets. Oh, really? Flights to Miami are $17? You don't say. You know damn well that it's irresponsible to take a non-essential flight right now. Then again, $17 to Miami. I mean, the Cuban sandwiches there are... No, I turn my back on you, temptation. Get! Go on, get organic peanut butter. You ain't nothing but a dang swimming pool of oil. I gotta stir you around, stir you around. Yeah. Go on, get seasonal allergies. Read the ding dang room. This is not the right time for you to be showing up. Usually you're a minor annoyance, but now one sneeze and my family's changing into hazmat suits and making me sleep in the dang dung basement. So go on, get seasonal allergies and take Pet Dander with you. Go on, get spam phone calls calling me from my own dang number. I know it's probably a scam, but I can't take the chance and not pick up. What if it's me from the future and I need help because I'm trapped in a basement? How long have I been in there? Don't worry, future me, I'm coming for you. Unless it is a spam number, then why don't you go on get. All right, everybody, that's been Go On Get. Hopefully you enjoyed it. We'll be right back with more Tonight Show.
Is this thing working? Oh, what's up, Jimmy Fallon? Do you want me to turn my screen sideways as well? I can do that.
Oh,
Does that work for you?
yeah, definitely works for me, man. What are you doing, on a laptop or you got an iPad?
I got an iPhone, man. I'm in San Francisco. That's where I am.
This doesn't. Are you sure? Are you really in? But you shouldn't be outside. You're on lockdown.
Oh man, what's going on? Oh, are we starting yet? When are we starting?
Yeah, this could be starting right now. It's so good to see your face, man. How are you dealing? Where are you right now?
I'm actually at home. Don't get disappointed. Hold on. I'm gonna try and show you. I've never used this before. I'm trying to find. Hold on. I can none. So yeah, I'm actually at home. I'm sorry.
Ah, beautiful.
Are you in like a cabin and stuff? Wait, where is this place? Have you been kidnapped?
No. I'm totally. But this is home. I'm in like kind of it's like a guest room, but it looks like a cabin type of room.
Who are your guests? Hunters?
This is all changed since the quarantine started. This was just a normal room, and now I've become like a hunter-gatherer type of thing.
Right. This is like you preparing for the new world post the coronavirus apocalypse. That's what you're doing.
Dude, I'm making weapons out of tripods and everything. I don't know what. How are you handling the social distancing and the self-quarantining and all that?
I'm not gonna lie to you, Jimmy. I haven't noticed any difference in my life. I'm not even trying to be funny here. Some people are gonna say this is a joke. There's no jokes. Like, I have experienced no change in my world. So my whole life I've been an indoor kid, right? I love playing outside, but I was like the kid. My mom had to chase me out of the house to go and play with other kids because I was like, I wanted to be at home, I wanted to play video games, and I wanted to watch TV. I don't go outside. I don't need to go outside. Like, people would always, you know how people be like, it's such a beautiful day. Why don't you go outside? No, I don't care.
You like being inside and playing?
I love being inside. I don't like being inside. I love being inside. I live inside. That's me. So I, like, my life hasn't changed other than the stress of what's happening in the world. Like, just because I feel for what's happening. I'm worried about what's going to happen in the world for people economically. You know, I think on a health level, we're probably going to get this thing under control, but I worry about the effects for just every economy in the world and how that affects the poorest people first. That's the thing that stresses me out. But like, as for me, I'm not even going to lie to you and say I have been stressed in any way. I am completely fine. I also started intermittent fasting just before coronavirus started. So I don't eat because I realized I don't need to eat. I realized, like, someone tricked me into believing that I need like 3 meals or 5 meals a day or something like that. So now I don't eat for 18 hours in a day, and then I'll eat for like the rest of the hour. But I eat like a few things and then I'm done. My mom does the same thing.
I started that like 2 weeks ago, and then when this happened, I stocked up on so much food that I've never eaten more in my life. I've never eaten more food, and because I don't want it to go to waste. And I go, you're not going to finish that? You can't wait. We need it now more than ever. And I'm eating like six meals a day.
No, my friend. No, I've done the complete opposite. Because my thing is, I didn't buy a bunch of stuff. Like, I think I get why people were panicking, but you know what it is? Living in New York has taught me not to panic, because people panic every year when they say like there's going to be a blizzard or this, then people rush out and I've noticed people, maybe this is an American thing, people don't know what to buy in an emergency. That's what I've noticed. I
totally agree. Because you've seen it, or because you've done it?
No, because I've seen it. Like, so when people say there's going to be a blizzard in New York and they say it's going to be like 12 inches of snow and we might not be able to go anywhere, I've seen people buy, like, they rush out and like all the bread is gone. Bread is the worst thing to buy for a disaster. Like, bread it doesn't last. It doesn't last.
No, I agree.
And then, like, now with coronavirus, people are buying toilet paper. Like, coronavirus is going to make you like just go on like a rampage in the bathroom or something. You don't need that much toilet paper.
Yeah, it's a lot of toilet paper talk. My friend bought 4 giant things of canola oil, and I go, "Wow, do you plan on deep frying stuff? I mean, what's happening in your quarantine?" They go, "I don't know. I just bought it because it was there."
I realized, you know what it is? The problem with coronavirus is that it's invisible. Because if coronavirus was zombies, we wouldn't be acting like this.
Yeah.
Like if
Yeah.
coronavirus was actual zombies walking through the streets, no one would be like, I'll take my chances.
Yeah, no, exactly. They'll
No.
be locking their door
Yeah,
10
exactly.
times. And yeah, you're right. So yeah, so that's a good idea. Pretend there are zombies out there. Is it, I know Comedy Central is now airing your show on Comedy Central, which is awesome because a lot of people don't have the internet or don't understand it. Like people like, I would say my dad. So he's so happy to have my show on TV. He's like, finally go watch. Is it odd telling jokes with no laughter?
Yeah, it's very weird because I've one of the first things I did was work as a stand-up comedian. That's been my career for going on 14, 15 years now. So I've never told jokes. I've never just told jokes to myself. That's like the first sign of madness in my opinion. So I've never stood in front of the mirror and just been like, you see what happened today? I've never done that. So
I used to practice my stand-up. There was a piece of brick wall in my apartment where I lived in LA, and I had a mic stand, and I stood in front of the brick wall.
Are you serious?
And used to do acts in my bedroom by myself. My whole
That
routine.
is hilarious. So you're made for this then.
This is finally, this is my,
You're the
finally
Corona
found my
king.
medium.
You're the Corona king. No, I like, it's weird. It's weird doing the show without an audience because I think it's always a reminder after like every joke or every moment, it's always a reminder of the time we're living through, you know? So
Yeah.
the thing I'm trying to do is I'm trying to inform my audience. I'm trying to stay informed. I still don't believe anybody should be watching news 24 hours a day because the truth is news has to tell you news. So they're going to find bad things to tell you for 24 hours to make the thing continue.
Correct.
But I don't think it's healthy. So for me, I go, hey, I know a lot of people watch my show because they just want to catch up on essential news and then they want to carry on living their lives. And I'm honored that people would have me provide that. And so that's what I do. I work with my team. Everyone's at home. We make the show. It's weird because it's just, you just say a thing and then nothing happens. Like this is great right now. This is like,
You get a little back and forth. Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm loving this. Yeah. It's
So
good that you're doing this, and it's making a lot of people, you know, again, the severity of what's happening, but also it provides a little bit of balance. So
yeah,
thank
because
you.
I think that's the thing is we have to remember the balance. We're not staying at home because everyone's going to die. We're doing this preemptively. We're trying to prevent a disaster from happening. And so we have to do the boring thing. Prevention is always boring.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's not the part of the zombie movie you like. Right?
Exactly. Nobody like in the beginning of the zombie movie, there's always the doctor who's like, we need to quarantine everybody. There's something spreading. And they're like, shut up, Klaus. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's not anyone's favorite character.
Yeah, and then when the zombie outbreak happens, then he's like, I tried to warn everybody.
Yeah,
So,
then and he gets attacked.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. The charity that you were mentioning tonight is No Kid Hungry.
Yes.
Why this charity?
Well, here's the thing. There are millions of kids in America who get their food from school. There are millions of kids in America who might get one of their only nutritious meals at school. And in closing the schools, which I understand was necessary for many people, we also have to acknowledge how many children now no longer have access to that one meal or that one nutritious meal that they were having every day. And I think it's really important for us, especially in this moment in time, to try and support those in our communities who are the most affected by this. People who don't earn a lot of money, people who are low income. This is all throughout the country, you know, from Idaho to New York, from California through to Kentucky and Delaware. There are the people who are going to get affected first and the most are people who have the lowest incomes, people who don't earn the most, people who live from paycheck to paycheck. So for me, you know, feeding kids is something you take for granted. I know what it was like to grow up in a home where we didn't have food all the time. I know what it was like to go for 2 or 3 nights not eating. And I don't think any kid should ever have to go through that. So for me, you know, I think whatever we can contribute, and it's a little, you know, a lot of a little makes a lot. And so for me, it's everyone just chipping in and saying, hey, we'll help feed these kids. Let's keep the kids fed. Think about their parents who are oftentimes working in the industries that we need them to stay in right now. People who don't earn minimum wage or maybe just earn minimum wage, working in grocery stores that you need to stay open, working in pharmacies that you need to stay open, working in all of these places you need to stay open to survive. they also have kids. Their kids might have been getting food from their school. So for me, I think everyone, if possible, whatever you can give. I know not everybody can, but everyone who can give, try and give a little.
Whatever you can give, even $1, anything. It's just everything matters. So please, right now, they would love it. Trevor, you're the best for doing this, buddy. Thank you for doing your show, but thank you for doing my show. And keep up and keep people balanced, please. Thank you so much for everything you're doing, buddy.
Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you so much. And I'm gonna send the police to your house because I think someone's buried in the basement. If I look at that room and the FBI told me that they found someone in that house, I'd be like, how did nobody know someone was in that house?
This is the north. Is it like Misery? Thanks so much, bud. I appreciate this.
I'm heading back to San Francisco now. So you enjoy yourself in your house. You enjoy
Say hi to Gavin for me.
Jimmy Fallon.
Bye, buddy. Bye, buddy. Thank you.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
What's up, man?
Yo, come on.
Oh,
What
man.
did you do? What did you do? Oh my gosh.
Man, life, man. I just wanted to do something good for people, and it turned into something really good. So unexpected.
It was really good. I loved it so much. D-Nice, it's an honor. Thank you so much for doing this. I appreciate you doing the Tonight Show at Home edition. What you're doing is exactly what we need. You're bringing people up. You're lifting people's spirits. I got an email from a friend said, "Do you see what D-Nice is doing right now?" And I was like, "What?" And he's DJing for like 9 hours. This dance party. I go, "What?" So I went to your live Instagram. And when I was there, it was already, well, first of all, how did it come about? Let's start there.
It started, I was sitting here at home, I was alone, and, I wanted to just play music for my friends. And I had a small Instagram following, and I wanted to play it for like my friends, and created Instagram Live. And I was DJing, and it was just like people, from the music industry, Questlove would pop in, Black Thought. Actually, Black Thought was the one that was like, yo, you should just play some music, D, let's do it. And it was a small group of like 200 people. And then it turned, the next day it was 2,000 people. Then the day after that, it was 12,000 people. And then Friday was the one where it was like, wow, there's 25,000 people in here. Then all of a sudden, J-Lo popped in. And I was like, wait, J-Lo's in here? And then 10 minutes later, Drake was in there. And I was like, wow, this could be something. And then Saturday was, it was like 100,000 people. And
my goodness, that's when I checked it out. It was 100,000. I was like, this is so much fun. When I was there, Kamala Harris jumped in. Buju Banton was there.
Yes.
It was like hilarious. It was like the craziest mix of people.
That's
coming together.
Joe Biden, Michelle Obama was there. Janet Jackson.
Ellen DeGeneres. Were you nervous knowing that Michelle Obama was in there?
I was nervous. And even though I DJ'd for them, I played, the second to last party at the White House, and I did the inaugural ball. There was something about like in that setting where I'm like really at home. Like, this is my kitchen. I'm DJing in my kitchen, and something that I was doing in my kitchen was able to touch the world. Like it was just beautiful.
It really was a great thing. I loved it so much. It was that hashtag Club Quarantine is what everyone was calling it. And it was the #1 worldwide trend.
Wow.
It was just, did you like get nervous when the numbers started going up and you kept seeing all those hearts flying around? Like
I saw the hearts flying around, and I wasn't nervous because my core friends that we started this with were still in there. So it was the average person. Then there was Kelly Rowland, but Kelly and they had been there, and they were like cheering it on, like, oh my gosh, because we had never maxed 25,000. It was like, let's see if we can get it to 30. Oh my gosh, we're at 30, and it just kept climbing. And when it reached it was 98,000 people, and then all of a sudden Mark Zuckerberg logged in. And we were like, wait, Mark, what are you doing here? Please don't shut us off. Let us get to 100,000. And he posted, you got this. And as soon as it hit 100,000, everyone just went crazy. I was in here like, oh my gosh. Like,
I mean, so you got because as a DJ, you feed off the crowd, right?
Yes.
But you have no crowd in your kitchen. Did you still get the same type of excitement or more?
I received the same type of excitement, but it's actually, I'll say more. You know why? Because when you're feeding off of the crowd, you're trying to play for the crowd. Like I'm watching body languages, and I'm trying to get them. I want them to hear what they want. 100,000 people were in that live to hear what I wanted to play. Like, and I was able to play from my heart. I love music, so I was able to stop the music and play Kenny Rogers. Like, you would never hear Kenny Rogers in a hip hop club, you know. So I was able to just do what I love, and it was just beautiful to experience.
What's next? Are there going to be more dance parties? What's next?
Man, I have one on Wednesday. I'm trying to like do them like maybe like every other day, not every day the way I was doing it. I didn't expect it to become this, but you know, just give people a break and allow them to be more excited about it. And you know, look, it's just been a beautiful thing. And I want to continue as long as we're doing this, as long as we're quarantined, at least do my part, which is through entertainment to touch people, to bring people together.
Exactly right, and that's what you're doing. And I can't even tell you. So Wednesday night, what time should we tune in?
3 p.m. Pacific time, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm just gonna go in like after work. People get to hear music and dance together.
It's on Instagram. Follow it at DNice, one word.
Yes.
And it is it was so enjoyable, and I can't even tell you how happy I was. I was yelling at you through my phone, like, yes, go! It was so great. I loved it. You made so many people happy. I can't even tell you like how it's just going to go worldwide like that. You got to be proud, and thank you for doing what you're doing. It was so cool.
I appreciate you, man.
All right, I'm a big fan. Bye, buddy. Thank you.
Likewise. Peace.
Thank you guys so much for watching. NoKidHungry.org. Please go donate. Give what you can. Guys, wash your hands. Don't touch your face. And I can't wait to see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching our show. Go win. Go, Fran.
What are you doing?
Here I go.
On and on and on. I said, and it's on and on and on.